All right, let's jump right into this explainer and uncover that completely invisible drain on your paycheck that, honestly, you probably aren't even aware of. We are talking about the subscription trap. It's something we literally all interact with every single day, and it feels so normal in our digital lives, but it is fundamentally designed to separate you from your hard-earned money without you ever making a conscious choice. By the end of this, I promise you, you're going to look at your bank statements in a totally different light.
So I want you to imagine this scenario for a second. What if I secretly reached right into your pocket and took physical cash, say exactly $15 from your wallet today? You'd notice right away, wouldn't you? You'd go to buy a coffee, see the missing cash, and freak out a little bit. And if I did it again next month, you'd be furious. You'd stop me for sure. Because losing physical money physically hurts. It triggers this immediate natural protective response in our brains.
But here is where it gets really interesting. There is this huge, profound contrast between the sharp pain of losing physical cash and the totally painless, almost forgotten reality of a digital charge that just happens in the background for years. Think about it. If I just charged your bank account every single month and you completely forgot about it, you wouldn't be angry because you wouldn't even know. And that is exactly what's happening to millions of people right now. The pain of handing over money, it's been completely removed. And that brings us to our first point, the silent money drain. So how do incredibly smart, budget-conscious people end up with these massive leaks in their cash flow? Well, you know how it goes. It always starts innocently enough. You sign up for one little free trial to watch a movie. Then, a few weeks later, you sign up for another app, then another. In the moment, these subscriptions don't feel expensive at all. Actually, they kind of feel like a bargain. And that is exactly why they're so dangerous. They completely bypass our financial defenses. First, you add a tiny $5 charge for a helpful little app on your phone. I mean, that's less than a latte. You barely even register the decision. Then, maybe a $9 service to test out a streaming platform for a weekend binge. Again, pocket change, right? Next is a $15 premium plan. You easily justify it because, hey, it adds some convenience to your life. And finally, a $20 membership. But here's the real trap. Individually, every single one of these feels completely harmless. You look at them and say, oh, I can afford that. But together they are silently eating your paycheck, month after month, year after year. And honestly, just think about how many categories of our lives are now monetized monthly. It's wild. We've got streaming, cloud storage, AI tools, fitness apps, gaming, password managers, literally everything. The modern world is built on turning your everyday life into a recurring revenue stream. You aren't really buying products once anymore. You're just renting your digital lifestyle. Which leads us perfectly into our second section, the psychology of automation. We really need to look at the intentional psychology behind why we let this happen, because it is absolutely not an accident. The dangerous part here isn't the price tag, it's the automation. Automation means your money disappears without ever forcing you to make an active decision again. Think about buying something in a store. You have to pull out your card, right? That's friction. Automation removes all of that friction. Zero pain, zero awareness. You're just continuously buying a product every single month without ever actually choosing to do so. And make no mistake, companies know exactly what they're doing. They deliberately design this whole system so that your forgetfulness turns into their profit. Why do you think a free trial requires your credit card up front? To guarantee future billing the second you forget. Why are cancel buttons buried under 5 layers of account settings? To maximize the friction when you finally try to leave. Automated renewals simply make human forgetfulness highly, highly profitable. So let's take control back. Enter Part 3, the 3-month audit. I want you to try this simple 4-step process today. It forces you to make an active decision about every sneaky service hiding in your bank statements. Step 1, open your banking app. Step 2, go back exactly 3 months. Step 3, write down the name of every recurring service. Just the name, not the price. We just want to look at the value right now. And step 4, the absolute most crucial part. Look at that list and ask yourself, if this disappeared tomorrow, would I actually go out of my way to subscribe to it again today? If the honest answer is no, cancel it, like right now. Seriously, don't tell yourself you'll do it this weekend because their whole system relies on you forgetting again. Use that momentary frustration you're feeling to push through their hidden menus right this second and reclaim your money. Okay, let's move on to our final piece, the yearly cost trick. See, our brains are notoriously terrible at doing long-term math with small, immediate numbers. A $14 charge, your brain says, oh, that's cheap, whatever.
But we have to flip how we view this. When you multiply it out, $168 a year feels entirely different, doesn't it? Suddenly that's a utility bill or a really nice dinner out, just gone, for a service you might not even be using.
Now, scale that up for a minute. What if you have just 5 of those forgotten subscriptions? Guys, we're talking about over $800. Think about that. Over $800 drained from your account over a year, and you didn't even buy anything new. That is the true staggering cost of the subscription trap.
Which brings us to this really fundamental truth. Saving money isn't always about hustling to earn more. We put so much pressure on ourselves to start a side hustle or do some extreme, unrealistic budgeting. But real practical wealth retention is built on basic habits. Sometimes it's simply about closing the back door to your finances and stopping money from quietly leaving in the dark.
It all boils down to this. The easiest money to save is the money you don't realize you're losing. Once you actually shine a light on these automated drains, fixing the problem is incredibly easy. Gaining awareness is your single greatest defense in a world that literally wants to put you on autopilot. So before you ever click Start Free Trial again, ask yourself, are you buying a product or just renting your lifestyle? Now, if you enjoyed outsmarting these psychological traps with us, be sure to subscribe because next week's explainer dives into one of the biggest marketing tricks ever created. Why do sales actually make you spend more, not less? I promise you are never going to look at a store discount the same way again. Go to your 3-month audit today and we'll see you next time.